everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video was meant to be a 24-hour readathon. However, I was really struggling with sleeping. I didn't sleep at all on Thursday night, so I was up all day on Saturday, and then I didn't fall asleep again until 8 AM this morning. So I was up for 46 hours straight, and that meant I slept basically the entire day today, so it means I can't do a 24-hour readathon. However, I have decided to do a 12-hour readathon, and I have picked out 3 books that I want to try and read in these next 12 hours. I have audiobooks for all of these, so I'm going to listen to the audiobook while I read along in the physical. If you say that's cheating, then go find a different channel, because that's what I like to do. I really like immersive reading. I really like listening to the audiobook while I read it on the page. So I have 3 books here that I want to try and get through in this video, so let's have a quick run through them. Okay, up next is one that I'm really excited about because it is got 2 of my favourite characters in from this series, and that is Trust Me Always by Megan Brandy. This is book 3 in the Boys of Avik series. I adored Say You Swear. I enjoyed Promise Me Not, but not as much, and I'm really looking forward to this one. So yeah, this is the next one. This is book 3 in the Boys of Avik series, and this book follows Cam and Brady, who have been 2 of my favourite characters since the first book, so I'm really excited to read this one. Next we have the sequel to a book that I absolutely loved last year. We have Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. This is the sequel to Out on a Limb, and if you watched any of my videos from last year or any of my videos from this year, you all know Out on a Limb was one of my all-time favourite books from last year. I absolutely loved it. It's a 5-star read for me, so I'm really looking forward to reading Out of the Woods. And then the final one is book 2 in a series that I started recently. I wasn't the biggest fan of book 1. It was okay, but it wasn't like my favourite thing in the world. But I'm really excited to read book 2 because I've heard amazing things about it. So I'm reading Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. This is book 2 in the Rose Hill series. We all know I love Elsie Silver's writing. I've read the Gold Rush Ranch series and the Chestnut Springs series, so I'm really excited to continue with this series because I'm really looking forward to this book, just because I'm excited for the main guy. So yeah, those are the 3 books that I'm going to try and read over the next 12 hours, and it is about to be 11 o'clock. I'm thinking of starting this at like 11:15, just because I need a few minutes to get myself all situated and ready to read and start filming. So yeah, I will be back at 15:15 to tell you what book I'm reading and starting my timer. Okay, so it's literally a minute until 15:15, so I'm going to hit start on the timer soon. The first book I'm going to read is Trust Me Always by Megan Brandy. So yeah, I'm just going to let the timer run through. I'm not going to be pausing if I stop reading for a little bit. I'm just going to let the 12 hours run through and just see how much I can get read in those 12 hours. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I'm just over 2 hours in, so I thought I would give you guys a bit of an update. I switched the timer to my iPad, but I made sure to like do the correct time. I did it when I was like 40 minutes in, just because I wanted to turn off my laptop and put it to the side. But yeah, I'm around like just under 50% of the way through this book, and I'm kind of bored. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Cam and I love Brady and I love those characters so much, but like we're halfway through, and this one's like a fake dating trope one, but like I just feel like nothing's really happened, and the things that have happened feel a little bit repetitive. And like, yeah, like I'm like halfway through, and a lot of the scenes that happen just kind of feel the same. Like it feels like each scene is repeated in each chapter, and I won't lie, I don't know if I want to read the last book in this series. I might still give it a go. It's just, honestly, I've just not enjoyed this one or Promise Me Not as much as I did Say You Swear. Like, I really did enjoy Say You Swear, but this one and Promise Me Not I've just not enjoyed as much. Like, I still like the characters, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the characters. Like, if it was just based on the characters alone, I would, like, give it 5 stars. But, like, the plot and, like, some of the stuff that's happening, I'm just like, can we get to the point already? And, like, I was so excited for this. And, like, this is the most I've read all this month because I've been in such a reading slump. It's literally the 20th of July now, and this is the first thing I've read this month, like, properly. I read, like, 4 chapters of Killer Instinct, which is the next book in the Natural series. But, like, that's it. So, yeah, like, I'm on chapter 21 at the moment. And just... Also, I think I already know who's going to be the love interest for Chase's book in the... So... Cool. Chase still kind of annoys me. But then we also keep switching to the POV of this guy called Alistair, and every time he comes up, I'm just like, can you please shut your mouth? I don't care what you have to say. Like, I don't give a shit. Why are you getting a POV in this book? Because I thought this book was a Cam and Brady book, and I think it is, but, like... He's getting a POV, and I don't know why he's so important. Like, yeah, I know he fucked over Cam in the last book. But, like, I don't give a shit about what you have to say. And every time it's his POV, he's just saying the same thing. Like, I'm gonna finish the book, but honestly, it's looking at being, like, a 3-star. It's looking at being a 3-star because I'm just so bored. I'm so bored. So I'm gonna keep reading. I am reading it on my Kindle because of course I am. It's me. I am a Kindle girly for life. But yeah, not the best book to be trying to get me out of my reading slump. Like, Cam and Brady have kissed a couple of times, but can you guys just, like, make out already and not just have a couple of little kisses in public? Okay, rant over. I'm gonna go and, Jesus, carry on reading this. I will update if there's anything else I want to say. Brady is still my favourite character. I love him more than anything. But yeah. Okay. I'll update later. So, I just finished reading Trust Me Always. And I have 7 hours and, if you'll turn around, there we go. 7 hours and 20 minutes left on my timer. And I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed. Honestly, this book was such a letdown. I can't even give a rating right now because I physically don't know how I feel. Like, yeah, was there moments in it that I loved and that I thought were amazing? And, like, did I really love the, like, fun banter between Brady and Cam? Yes, I did. But for 90% of this book, it just felt like there was no substance to it. Like, was there, like, cute, vulnerable moments? Yes, there was. But, frankly, it just felt like nothing was there and nothing happened. And I'm frankly just disappointed. And I honestly don't even know if I want to read the last book in this series because I've kind of given up on it. Like, this one is, like... Oh, I don't know. It's just, it's so sad and disappointing because the last two... with this book and Promise Me Not, I love the couples. Like, I love the couples. I love Peyton and Mason, and I love Cam and Brady. Like, I love the characters, but the actual story is just so disappointing. And it's like it had so much potential, but it just had nothing to it. And honestly, that was not what I needed after being in a reading slump for so long. Like, I've been in a reading slump and I just really want a good book, and this one just, I don't know, like, I finished it, and frankly I kind of feel like giving it a 2-star, but I don't know, because there was, honestly, that's what, but I'm also kind of feeling like a 1-star or a 3-star. I don't know what I want to rate it, because it was like I said, I liked the little moments between Cam and Brady, and I liked the banter between them, and I liked the characters, but there was nothing else to the story. Like, yes, I love the characters because I have a connection to them from Say You Swear, but like, and it's the same with Mason and Peyton, like, I have a connection with those characters from reading them in Say You Swear, but like, I'm disappointed. It was such a letdown, and I frankly don't know what I want to rate the book. And normally when I finish a book I know my rating straight away, but with this one I'm just gonna have to sit on it for a bit, and then I'll give a rating at the end of the video on how I feel. But honestly, I might not even be able to tell you by the end of the video, so I might just have to put my rating on the screen or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm so sad, and like, this is gonna sound pathetic, but it kind of makes me want to cry because I already feel crappy, and I've been in such a reading slump recently, and I hate not being able to read, because reading is one of my favorite things to do, and it's like such an important part of me and who I am as a person, and it's like a big part of my personality. Like, that's why this channel has kind of become my whole life, and why I've been posting like twice a week now, because I want to grow this channel, I want to grow my social media, but when I get into a slump it makes it really hard, and I physically feel like I'm about to cry right now, and like, it's not even that deep because it's literally just a book, but this was a book that I was really excited for, and it just feels like such a letdown, and I don't know. I'm gonna take a break for like half an hour or something, because I need to charge my headphones and my ears are hurting, because I've got like ones that like go like on top of your head, and the things are a bit small, so they kind of like press down on my ears and they end up hurting after a while. So I'm gonna take a break for like half an hour, maybe watch something on my iPad, and then I will pick which book I want to read next, and hopefully not be let down. We're ignoring the dodgy lighting and the fact I look like utter crap, because I don't want to sit up to film, so I'm going to be laid down. Yeah, so after I finished reading that book I almost cried again, which sounds so pathetic, I know this, okay? I'm just a depressed girly, leave me alone. God. Ugh. But yeah, no, I just was depressed and sad, because this reading slump is kicking my ass and it's annoying me, but I finally came up with a rating for the book. It's a 1.5 stars, and I'm going to be giving a full spoiler review in a little bit when I can bother to sit up again. But yeah, no, just it's a 1.5 star. Honestly, I'm so disappointed by this book. Like, genuinely, like, I don't like giving low ratings on books, because I want to enjoy every book I read. Like, I used to give out freaking like 5-star reads like constantly, even if I just slightly enjoyed a book. But now I think because I've read so many now, because obviously I have this channel and like I've been like reading a lot more the last couple of years, I just know there's better books out there, and that book was not a good book. So yeah, sad times. But after I came off my last clip, I actually paused the timer. Well, it kept on for a little bit, but then I paused the timer because I was just depressed. And I was like, I'm giving up, but I don't want to give up because I want to get a reading vlog filmed. So I paused the timer for like an hour, and then I started it again because I was intending to read, and then I scrolled through TikTok for like 20 odd minutes. But there is 6 hours and 29 minutes left on the timer, and I'm gonna make a start on Out of the Woods. So I will update you guys when I've read more. Okay, so I've been reading for a couple of hours, listening to the audiobook. I did read it like on my Kindle while I was listening for a bit, but then I just switched to just listening to the audiobook while I played Roblox, because I'm a massive nerd. But I have 4 hours and 24 minutes left on the timer. But I thought before I go into my opinions on Out of the Woods, I would just do a little bit more on my thoughts of Trust Me Always. So this entire next section is going to be spoilers, so if you don't want any spoilers for the Trust Me Always, then skip to this time here, and then I will be done talking about the book. So with Trust Me Always, like, first of all, it's, I'm getting off my glasses because I'm sick of them. Anyway, it's a love triangle, and normally with a love triangle you only really get the POVs of like the main girl and the guy that she's going to end up with, or you just get like the girl's POV. But in this one, for some reason, we got the other guy's perspective, and honestly that just kind of felt irrelevant, because like, if this is only intended to be a 4-book series, why are we getting his perspective as if he's such an important character? Because the next book is Chase's book, and as far as I'm aware, that's the last book in the series. And also with Alistair, why would he be getting a book? Because he's not part of like the core 4 people from the first book, and he's not a character that I particularly cared about. I actually forgot about him until this book. Like, after I forgot that he was even in Promise Me Not. So like, he's not exactly a memorable character. And like, what he did was really shitty, like using Cam just so he could get information on Mason, because he thought that Mason had knocked up his girlfriend when he hadn't. I'm just kind of like, yeah, so that was just weird to me. There was a scene when basically at one point in the book, Cam and Brady went back to Brady's parents for like a weekend, because Brady needed to get away, so Cam went with, she decided to randomly go with him. And when they were there, the parents put a pile of logs for their like fire on Cam's bed, so she would have to sleep in the same bed as Brady, and that's just weird to me. Like, okay, I understand that like some parents are like more lenient and stuff, and they like don't mind the rules and they're very carefree and things, but they were basically literally telling Cam and Brady to go have sex, which they didn't do, by the way. And just like, I just found that like really weird. Like, it was basically like the parents were saying, yes, here you go, shag in a home. Oh Jesus. So yeah, that was a bit weird for me. this book had one of my least favourite tropes, which is miscommunication, and it had a lot. Actually, I don't even know if you can call it miscommunication, because they didn't communicate. They, like, I love banter, do not get me wrong. Banter is one of my favourite things in books, when it's done properly. But it's like banter was used as just a way to get the story along. Like, it wasn't used as like funny little quirky scenes. And yeah, there was some really fun little scenes, and I did enjoy some of the banter, but it didn't feel, the whole book felt like it was just banter. And like, I understand that Cam and Brady are very bantery characters, and like, they love to have a joke and be flirty and have fun, and there were some vulnerable moments, but a lot of it felt like it was just them only really hitting the surface. And that's a lot how I felt about a lot of the book. It was very surface level, you didn't really dig deep for a lot of it. And then the scenes where they were starting to be a little bit vulnerable with each other, it didn't last long, and it was just skipped over, and it was like a joke and stuff, and I was just like, okay. And then the other thing with this book is that it was so repetitive. It felt like the same thing was happening in every chapter. So obviously the whole premise of the book is Cam was like hooking up with Alistair in the previous year, but then obviously she broke up with him, well, kind of broke up with him and ended things with him when she found out why he was hooking up with her. Fair enough, he's a dick. But like, and he obviously is trying to win her back because he said he fell for her, but it just kind of, it was just kind of stalkery. Like, he literally memorized her schedule so he could stop outside of her building and talk to him, and like every time they spoke she was like, look, leave me alone, I don't trust you anymore, I don't want to be with you. And he just wasn't really taking no for an answer, and he was just being kind of very pushy. And then every time it was his POV, I would roll my eyes because he was whining like a little bitch. He was whining like such a child. And every time it was his POV being like, oh, I really want to get back with her, oh, I know I made a mistake, blah blah blah, oh, her relationship with Brady is so fake, she's not dating him either, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, shut up, just shut up. So yeah, you know, that's just, I feel like the book was just so surface level, and it could have been so much more. And like, it makes me sad that I really did not like it, because this was a book I was genuinely excited for, because even though I didn't really like Promise Me Not, I was really hoping Trust Me Always would redeem itself a little bit for me. But I'm just starting to realise that I don't particularly enjoy Megan Brandy's writing anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I still love Say You Swear, and I still really enjoyed Say You Swear, and I still do enjoy it, but the last couple of books in this series have just been such a letdown for me. Trust Me Always more than Promise Me Not. And I'm sad about it, because I really wanted this to be, you know, something big for me. But yeah, well, not big, but like, I just wanted it to be something fun. Oh, and also finally, my last bit of this rant, please tell me why this entire book was just repetitive, constant. Alistair stalking Cam and Brady having flirty banter, not admitting their feelings, them having miscommunication, and then they finally get together in chapter 39. The book fucking has a 6-month time skip in the next chapter, and then that's the last chapter of the book. We had all of this build up for nothing. Literally nothing. We didn't even get to see them in a relationship. It was like, oh, they're together, here we go, that's it. Just, yeah, that's why it's a 1.5 star. It's a 1.5 star because this book seriously let me down, and it's not what I needed after being in a really reading slump all month. But yes, now on to the other book I'm reading, this is fun. I'm enjoying it. It's cute. Caleb is pissing me off. He is annoying me. I love Sarah so much, and I understand where she's coming from, and she's just trying to explain how she feels to Caleb, and he's just being a dick, in my opinion. Like, I feel like he's just trying to gloss over everything she's trying to say, and she's trying to explain to him why she feels so low and why she's having these feelings, but he's just either trying to shag her or he's just glossing over it or getting mad at her about it, and I'm just like, man, listen to your wife. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm having a fun time with this. I love Hannah Bonham Young's writing. It's not feeling on the same level as Out on a Limb because I'm currently on chapter 14, which is page 172, and this book is just over 300 pages, so I only have like 100 and something pages left, and I don't know how much of the story is, and I'm really scared that it's just gonna have a rushed ending, which I'm not excited for. But yeah, no, I'm liking it, but I'm not loving it. Just, yeah, I'll give more opinions and a proper review at the end. Hello everyone, so it is now the following evening. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I fell asleep for the last 3 hours of this readathon. Even though it was only a 12-hour one, I started this at like 11:15 in the evening because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to sleep that night, so I thought, why not? But after reading Trust Me Always, I obviously took a break because that book just annoyed me. And then I went back to reading again, I think around about 6 a.m. and I made a start on Out of the Woods, and I read for a good few hours, and I got like 70% of the way through the book, but then my eyes started to hurt, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna close my eyes for a couple of minutes, relax, just, you know, maybe listen to some music. Yeah, I fell asleep. I fell asleep and I woke up at 4 in the afternoon today. I'm not gonna lie, I have the worst sleep schedule in the world. So yeah, but I did finish actually reading Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young because I wanted to be able to come on and give you guys my full honest review, and I just played some games on my laptop while I listened to the last hour of the audiobook. So yeah, let's just give my review of Out of the Woods. So with this book, I did enjoy it, don't get me wrong, it's very cute. I really do love the main girl, Sarah. I think she is trying to discover herself a little bit more after losing someone so close to her at such a young age. She kind of just got thrust into adulthood very early. She got married very, very young, and she's been with the same person her whole life, like, and she's just not happy with herself anymore, so she wants to try and rediscover herself, but honestly her husband just doesn't really want to. He's happy with their life, and he thinks that their life is good together, and he's happy with it the way that it is. So throughout this whole book, I really liked Sarah. I really liked her like discovery, like journey of who she was and who she wanted to be, and like hearing her inner battles that she has with herself, because I have a lot of the same like inner monologue as her. Like, I'm battling between who I was when I was younger and who I am, who I want to be in the future, and honestly just kind of hating who I am now. And I really related to Sarah in a lot of ways. Caleb honestly did annoy me for quite a lot of this. There was cute moments with him, and I did like some of their cute little flirty bantery moments, but I just wasn't 100% a fan of it. But it was still a good book. It's still a cute read, and I still do really love Hannah Bonham Young's writing and her writing style. I think she has a beautiful writing style. I just personally wasn't a fan of this story. I think for me with her books, I've read 4 of them now, and honestly, none of them have hit the same for me as Out on a Limb did, and that's okay. Like, some authors, there's only one book that you love from it. Some authors, there's loads of books that you love from them. It's just how it is. But yeah, I enjoyed this, and I ended up giving this a 3-star. It's a very cute, fun little romance. It obviously covers a couple of sad topics, like it covers illness and death, and like a bit of like relationship troubles and things like that, but it's a beautiful story and I do really love it. And I just think that if you did read it on a limb and you enjoyed it, I think you should pick this one up, but just don't expect it to be on the same kind of level as Out on a Limb, because in my opinion it isn't, but it's still a very good book, and Hannah Bonham-Young is a beautiful writer. And yeah, because obviously I fell asleep, I didn't get on to my third book, so Wild Eyes will have to be read in a different video. I've got a few different video ideas in my head anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, that is it for this 12-hour readathon video. I honestly am a little disappointed because these were two books that I was very excited for and were some really like anticipated releases for me. This one, just no, I don't even want to hold it. No, I have to because I'm doing an outro anyway. This one really let me down, honestly. I feel like Megan Brady did not do justice to these characters who people who love Say You Swear love so much, and I just wasn't impressed and I wasn't happy with the story, and I felt it was just very surface level and it didn't really just have anything to it for me. And that is why I ended up actually rating this a 1.5 star. I can't remember if I already mentioned that, but this is a 1.5 star for me. And this is another case with this author that kind of like with Hannah Bonham-Young. With Hannah Bonham-Young's, I still quite enjoy her stories and I still like get into them and I like the characters and stuff like that. They just don't hit the same as Out on a Limb did for me, but they're still really good books. And I think 3 stars is pretty decent for any kind of book, so I will still read Hannah Bonham-Young's books because I know she's got another one coming out soon, so I do still enjoy this. This, however, I think I'm officially done with Megan Brandy's books. I don't think I want to read the last book in the series. I don't want to waste my money on it, especially because I don't particularly care about the characters in it anyway. Like the next book is Chase's book and we all know that I don't like Chase in this series. So yeah, this book was a letdown for me. It was a 1.5 stars and I think I'm done with Megan Brandy and her books. I still love Say You Swear, but the rest of the series has been a big flop. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little 12-hour readathon. Please like, comment and subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you know when I upload. I upload every Friday at 6 p.m. with like a sit down chatty video, and every Tuesday at 5 p.m. with a reading vlog. If you want to catch me anywhere else, all of my social medias are linked in the description below. I have my TikTok, my Instagram, and as well as my Goodreads and Fable and things like that if you want to look at what I'm reading. And yeah, that is it for today. I will catch you guys next time.